Everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is me, Aditi, and in today's video I'm gonna create this look right here. This is a really beautiful summer makeup look. So I have used all the drugstore products to create this look right here, and like some of those are like my cult favorites. So if you guys want to know that how I created this look, then please continue watching, and before that please take a moment and subscribe to my channel to watch more such content, and also share this video with the family and friends. And yeah, with that, let's get started. Alright, so to begin with, I'm gonna moisturize my face no matter what season this is. If this is summer or winter, you wanna moisturize your skin. So for that, I'm taking this Pond's Super Light Gel Oil-Free Moisturizer. This gives you very non-sticky glowing skin, and this also contains hyaluronic acid and vitamin E. This moisturizer is good for, I think, all skin type. I have dry skin, and this works beautifully for my skin. And even if you have oily skin, I think this moisturizer is going to work amazingly for you as well, because this is not at all oily or greasy or sticky, none of that. So this is definitely going to work beautifully, and you can see that the formula is so beautiful of this moisturizer. I used this moisturizer actually during the winter season, and I was like so in love with this that I am just continuously using this in summers as well. This is such a good moisturizer, and this is like super affordable. If you buy this now, this is going to last you for at least 2 months, minimum 2 months, because this is so moisturizing, and you just need little bit amount of this to apply on your entire face, and then just massage this in upward direction just like this, so that way the moisturizer gets absorbed into your skin much more quickly. And then you want to leave it for at least I would say 2 to 3 minutes, so that it is completely gets absorbed into your skin. So I like to leave my moisturizer for at least 5 to 10 minutes, but if you're in a hurry and you don't have that much of time, you can just leave it for at least 2 minutes, so that it is completely gets absorbed, and then only you start to begin, then only you start putting makeup on. Alright, so now for primer, I'm taking this Nykaa Prep Me Up Face Primer. This really helps to tone, smoothen and perfect your skin, and this is a silicone based primer. So you can see this is a silicone based primer. You just need this much of amount to apply on your face, and that is it. I'm just gonna firstly concentrate this around this area where I have bigger pores, and I'm just, you can see, pushing this into my skin so that my pores are completely blurred. Then I'm lightly just taking that on my T-zone as well, because I have dry skin, but during summers I get just a little bit oily, especially in my T-zone. So I like to just mattify that area, and then whatever is left, I'm just gonna lightly take this all over my face, because this really makes your skin super smooth, and I absolutely love that. So I just take this all over my face lightly to get that really smooth canvas to work with. So for foundation, I'm taking this colorbar 24-hour Fateless Liquid Foundation, and I am in the shade FC 4.1. So this foundation, you guys, is so good. If you guys know me, then you definitely know that I love LA Girl foundation. That is my favorite foundation. That is my go-to foundation. Whenever I'm confused, I just go to that foundation, and I know that is never going to fail me. This foundation is slowly becoming that one. Like, I absolutely love this foundation. So lightweight, and gives me the exact kind of coverage and kind of finish that I absolutely love. This is a dewy foundation, so really good. I absolutely, I really love my base to look more dewy than to look matte. I like more dewy and glowy looking base, so I'm firstly just dotting this all over my face, so in order to control the application. And to blend the foundation, I'm taking this packed beauty blender, and I'll just start blending this out. And I'm just tapping this on my face, and you can see This blends beautifully. You don't need to work, so hard to blend this. This really blends so beautifully. You can use a brush as well, but I personally like the finish of a beauty blender, so that's why I'm using it. I haven't used a lot of colorbar products, but slowly I'm trying out their products, and trust me, they are really good. uh, I have used, like, I think only 2-3 products from Calabar till now, and everything I liked. So I am like really excited to use more products from Calabar, because I feel this is such an underrated brand because the products are amazing. This foundation is really good. I have their blush as well, and that is again really good. I absolutely love the that formula of that blush as well. So good, so good. So this foundation will give you, I would say, medium coverage, but if you build it up, this really works for me as a full coverage foundation. But I would say if you have like very intense dark spots or dark circles, this will not cover that. So just keep that in mind. If you are willing to buy this foundation, just keep that in mind that this is not going to cover your dark spots entirely. But if you already have clear skin, and if you don't have like too much of blemishes or pigmentation, this is going to work beautifully. And you can see I'm not applying foundation on my eyes, around my eyes, because I am going to apply concealer there, and you don't want to layer so much product, because the less product you apply, the better it is. Because if you apply a lot of product, there is more chances to you get that crease line. So make sure that you apply product that is required and not more than that. Now to cover up these bad dark circles, I'm going to use this concealer. This is the Swiss Beauty liquid concealer, and I am in the shade medium moyen. So this concealer is a very recent purchase, and trust me, ever since I tried this concealer, I just couldn't stop using this, because this is that good, you guys. For 199 bucks, this is such an amazing concealer, I would say. And not only in, I would say, not in only in range, in budget, this is anyway a really good concealer to use. So this concealer is I would say 1 or 2 shades lighter than my skin tone. So I'm just gonna use this to cover my dark circles and also highlight my face as well, the usual areas where we always highlight: the bridge of our nose, cupid's bow, chin, and a little bit on my forehead as well. And now I'm gonna blend my concealer using my beauty blender again, the tip of my beauty blender, and I am just tapping this right here, and you can see that, right? This is a perfect shade, for my skin to get that highlighty and that bright effect. This is not like way too light or not very close to my skin tone. A very perfect shade for me. So if you are close to my skin tone, this is the right concealer to go for that brightening concealer. Again, you can see I'm just tapping this to blend this out. I applied the concealer on my lids as well to prime my lid for eyeshadow application. You can use a eyeshadow base or eyeshadow primer as well, but I feel concealer works equally good, so I don't really use any different product for my eyelids. I use the concealer and that works equally good for me. You can see I'm blending this concealer alongside my nose as well, because this is this will give me that more elongated nose. If this is kind of reverse contour, we usually contour our nose from here and we use a darker shade, but if you use a lighter shade alongside your nose will look or will appear much more longer. So you can do this as well. So my concealer is now completely blended, and to prevent that, you know, crease lines under my eyes, I'm gonna use a powder, and for that I'm taking this Maybelline Fit Me loose finishing powder, and this is in the shade light medium. But this powder, you guys, is really good, trust me. If you have oily skin, just go for this one, and even if you have dry skin, just apply a little bit. You don't want to apply too much of this, just apply a little bit, and this will make sure that your base will not budge the whole day. So I'm just gonna take tiny bit amount of this on my beauty blender, and I'm just gonna you know, set my under eyes. But before that, I'm just using the back of my beauty blender to make sure that I don't have any creases here before I set it with powder. And once that is done, I'm just using my powder to set my under eyes. I'm not baking, but if you feel that you get like extreme crease lines, you can bake with the same powder. That works. This powder works amazingly for baking as well. Again, I'm doing the same step, just making sure that I don't have any crease lines here, and then I'm using my powder to set my under eyes. And I'm just gonna use the same powder to set my entire face as well, just taking very little amount of this, and then just, you know, applying this all over my face. I'm not gonna take more than this, and I'm then just pushing this into my skin so that my base is completely set and this will not budge. So now to get that warmth and then dimension back to my face, I'm using this Sugar Cosmetics Contour de Force Mini Bronzer, and this is in the shade 01 Taupe Topper. You can see right now my face is looking all pale, one shade all over, and that is not how we want our face to look. So I'm just gonna take tiny bit amount of this and then just tapping the excess off, and I'm then just gonna bronze up my face lightly. This is such a beautiful shade for, you know, fair to medium girls. This is a perfect shade. I really like this one, and this blends beautifully. So I'm just gonna apply this right above the hollow of my cheeks, and then just blending it out in circular motions. You can see that, right? I just took very little amount. This is so pigmented. Sugar products are always like very pigmented, so you really need just a tiny bit amount of it to get this kind of a look. I'm applying the same shade to bronze up my forehead as well. I'm just lightly gonna contour my nose as well. I don't really like to do that harsh contouring, so I just use this brush only and then just run it like this way, and this gives me that really warm and really nicely, you know, contoured nose, very lightly contoured. And then I just do this, and that's it. I just like my nose to look this way only. Alright, so now it's time for my favorite part, and that is blush. And for that, I'm taking this K-Beauty matte blush in the shade Soft Nude. This blush, you guys, is like so beautiful. I just cannot say enough for this. The formula is so buttery soft. I mean, oh my god, whenever I see this blush now, I just feel like applying it. This is so pretty, so I'm just gonna apply this. The shade is so pretty. This is in the shade Soft Nude, by the way. So this is so beautiful, and these blushes are super pigmented, you know. So I'm just dipped my once twice and making sure that and make sure that you dust off excess when you're using this blush, because this is so pigmented. And then I'm just gonna apply this on the apples of my cheeks. You can see this is so pigmented. So firstly, I'm just tapping it right here, and then just move your brush in circular motion so that you will get that soft application. I'd just like to, connect my blush to my nose as well, and I apply a little bit on my nose. So, this will give me that really flushed pink look. I really, really like this. So, just doing this, you can completely skip that. This is not mandatory. Just a tiny bit on my chin as well. And if you feel like that you have applied a little too much of anything, you can again just take your beauty blender and then just tap that just above that. So the beauty blender will take that excess product off. So now I'm just quickly gonna do my brows. Firstly, just using my spoolie to brush through my brow hair in upward direction, and then I'm using my favorite eyebrow pencil. This is from the brand Miss Claire, and the shade is dark brown. So I'm just gonna fill in my brows using this. This is a perfect shade for my brows, so that's why I really like this. And this is, I would say, not extremely pigmented, or not like, I would say this is the perfect pigment and the perfect formula that I would go for, for my brow product. This is such an amazing product. I don't know how did they pull this off for 65 rupees. Such an amazing product, you guys. So I just love this. You can see I'm just, following the natural hair growth and not doing anything like rocket science, nothing like that. Just filling in the gaps and just following the natural, brow shape, and that's it. One more time, brush my brows so that the product is evenly spreaded throughout my brows. Alright, so now for my eyes, I'm taking this Wet n Wild Color Icon eyeshadow palette, and this is in the shade Rose in the Air. This eyeshadow palette is in like really bad condition. You can see that, right? I've used like crap out of this eyeshadow palette. This is the first eyeshadow palette that I ever bought, and this is still with me. You can understand that how much I love this palette, because this is so affordable and the quality is so good. These eyeshadows are not at all of cheap quality. The pigment again is top notch, so that's why I really love this eyeshadow palette. So I'm just gonna use this one, and I'm gonna use these beautiful neutral and brown shades. I absolutely love these kind of shades on my eyes, so I'm gonna use this palette. Alright, so to begin with, I'm gonna use this shade right here. This is such a beautiful orangey or brownie mix of orange and brown shade. I'm using a blending brush and I'm just tapping off the excess, and then I'm just gonna apply this on my crease. I just want this color to be like very soft, and I don't want this like really out there and that harsh line. Just very nicely blended and soft look. I'm taking my brush close to my inner corners as well. You can see I'm just going back and forth and then just blending in circular motions as well. So you just want to follow this motion to get that really blended and very soft look. Just doing the same thing on the other eye as well, taking the pigment and then applying that on my crease from the outer corner to the inner corner. So once that is done, I'm just gonna take this shade right here, the next shade, which is again a really beautiful brown shade, but this is like much more darker than the previous one. So I'm again taking that shade and dusting off the excess. Pack this on the outer corner right here, and then just lightly blending this and just flicking it inside. You can see I'm not taking this very close to my inner corners. I'm just concentrating this on the outer corner and just like this I'm flicking it outwards as well. In the eyeshadow application, the one thing which is so important is blending. Just take enough time with blending, because the more you blend your eyeshadows, the better it looks. So just take enough time with blending. Now I'm taking this beautiful white shade from the palette, and then again I'm just gonna dust it off, and then I am just gonna apply this right here. Taking this really dark brown shade on an angled brush like this, and I'm just gonna create a very soft wing using this. Now to finish off the look, I'm gonna use the mix of both of these shades that we used earlier on our lid, and then I'm just gonna apply this close to my lower lash line. Now for mascara, I am taking this Maybelline New York, the Colossal Waterproof Mascara. But before that, I'm just quickly gonna curl my lashes. So my eyes are completely done, and these are looking like so soft and so matte. I really like matte eyes, so that is what I'm gonna do for my eyes today. Now I'm gonna complete my base, and for that we have just one step left, that is highlighter. And for that I am using this K Beauty illuminating highlighter, and this is in the shade Champagne Fizz. So I'm just using a brush like this, taking the pigment, and this is such a beautiful highlight, you guys. You can see that, right? So soft and so subtle highlight. I am just a very big fan of that. It's a very subtle highlight. I don't really go for that very harsh and blinding highlighter. I just like to do very subtle and very soft highlighting, and this is a perfect highlighter for that purpose. So just applying this on the highest points of my face, like my cheekbone, and you can see how wet, and this looks so pretty, right? So beautiful. Just applying this a little bit on the tip of my nose, not too much, little bit on the bridge as well, bridge of my nose, and on my chin. Alright, so my makeup is almost done now. The only thing which is left is my lips, and for that I'm taking this lipstick. This is the Lakme Forever Matte Liquid Lip Color, and the shade is 08 Nude Dream. So before I apply this lipstick, I'm gonna use this lip liner. This is from the brand Pack. This is the Pack lip liner in the shade Coffee. Such a beautiful lip liner. So I'm just gonna line my lips using this, and then I'm gonna use the lipstick. Alright you guys, so this is the finished look and I really hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. I really love how this look has turned out. This is so soft and so wearable. Even if you're a beginner, you can create this look because this is so easy to achieve. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed watching this video and I really hope you like the look as well. So yeah, that is what I have today for you guys. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Till then, take care, stay at home, and I love you so much. Bye bye.